What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to my... Got a new car in the game. This VW SP2. It's a car. It's so slow. It's so incredibly slow. It's a VW that I've never heard of because this was for a very specific South American marketplace, pretty much. Like, you won't be finding it anywhere else in the world. This is genuinely a car that VW has made only for the South American market. So, yeah, it's a D-Class 252 Volkswagen SP2. Let's take a little bit of a look in a little bit more detail with this car. It's a very interesting design, though. Super interesting. It does kind of a little bit remind me of... like, it kind of wants to have, like, a little bit of a Porsche design to it, you know, maybe a little 928 type of vibe going on from the side. It's a very interesting design. It looks actually quite cool. This gap right here, okay, so not the gap from the wheel arch, but the gap, or sorry, not the gap, the distance between the top of the wheel arch to the top of the bonnet, or the top of the hood, is incredibly small. It's really small. I wonder if we can slam this thing, if we can lower this thing, because I think that would look ridiculously low. It's a ridiculous looking car, though, to be honest. Again, it's a car that I've never ever seen or ever heard of before, and obviously this is a brand new car that they've just added to the game. I actually really like that. That is the... Yo. Wait, what? What is going on with that design, then? What is going on there? And I'm not talking about the little bottle that's my gear selector. I'm talking about the handbrake. Right, anyway, let's stop looking at that before I get demonetized. Interior is pretty cool. I like the interior. Does this not have... where's the window switches on this thing? Surely it doesn't have electric windows, does it? I don't know, how do you roll down the windows on this car? There's no buttons or anything for it. You have the stalks behind the wheel. And I see that, but I don't see any sort of buttons to roll my windows down. Interesting. I wonder if it's those down there. And they're just not labeled. Super weird. What a weird car. What a weird car. Wait, what? What's that do? Oh, it's a Boxster and the engine's in the back. Okay. That's probably why the front end is so super thin. Oh. Cool. I feel like if you're from South America and you know about this car, you'd probably have a different outlook on it. But this is coming from someone that has never seen this thing before. That's really interesting. I kind of like it. I want to try and do some stuff to this, obviously, and modify and do all that sort of stuff. See what the devs have let us like do to this thing. Like, what are they allowing us to do to this car? Being rear-engined like a Porsche might have similar handling capabilities. 75 horsepower and it only weighs 890 kilos. Rear engine, rear-wheel drive, wide body. We like those. That's nice. 20 grand though for that. Jesus Christ. We also have some engine options. 2-liter flat 4. Some Subaru stuff. Cool. What is a 2.6 flat 4? What engine is this from? I've never seen this engine. I've never seen that engine in any of the cars. Obviously, every single other one that we have here, I've seen those options before. I've never seen a 2.6 liter racing flat 4 engine. Super interesting. Okay. I think maybe all-wheel drive would probably be a better idea for this thing. Considering, actually, I don't know, to be honest. I might leave it just rear engine, rear-wheel drive. And then just upgrade pretty much everything else. I'm gonna kind of race this thing. Drift suspension? Nah. I expected this thing to go low, but it's not low enough. I don't think. I also want to see what sort of paint options we have available for this thing. We'll probably be able to adjust a lot of stuff on it, right? Okay. This is gonna jump up into B class, so it's gonna be a... Wait. Let's do a 7-speed. It's gonna be a very interesting little car, though, to mess around with. I just want to race it a little bit. I just want to drive it a little bit quick. Oh my god, it's jumping into A class if we go to this? That's pretty mad. 185s, we can go to 245s. That is ridiculously wide. And 275s in the rear. Yo, wait a second here. We could probably have some stuff going on over here. And the aero, body kits stuff. I like that. I like that. This could be really good off-roader. Well, just from the way it looks. But I kind of just want to race this thing on the road and just see what it's like. Brilliant. I already like this a lot. I like so much stuff about this car. I think as a rally car, this could look very, very cool. I want to change those wheels though. We'll put some cool wheels on this thing and make them, I think, a little bit bigger. So we can't really build this thing to the top of A class by the looks of things. But what we can do is you could probably change that engine into something else. But I just want to build this thing, have some wheels slapped onto it, have it look a little bit more interesting. Let's put these on. Let's put these on and then raise the size. Not 19s, maybe 18s. Damn. Well, I actually really like this. 329 horsepower. Yeah, I think we need to change the engine. I want to build this thing to the top of a class and just race it and see what it's like. I'm going to just try it out like this. I'll have to slap a little bit of a tune on it though. Jesus Christ, these gears are stretched. Alright, and now for the design and paints. What do we have available for this thing? Lots of paints. Orange looks good though. I really like the orange. The blue looks good. Super, super colorful car. I like it. I like it. I think the orange is definitely one of the best colors though. I want to keep that on. It's not even like a proper orange. It's like kind of a little yellowy. I can change the stripes on the side. I don't know if I want to change them to anything else. I think the red looks good too. What a cool and interesting car. Okay, let's drive it. Okay. This definitely has a lot more grip than the amount of power that it has. As in, like, the power to grip ratio definitely favors the grip side over the power side. It's pretty quick. It looks great as well, even from the inside. Except for the foul objects in the middle. No, but seriously, this is a really nice car to drive. Rear-engine, rear-wheel drive as well. It kind of does drive a little bit like a Porsche. I mean, the front end just feels really light. It just also just want to dart into corners very, very quickly. You can see it like this. So quickly I'm like flying into these corners. Oh my god, even the way it changes direction. Yeah, that front end is so light. It's kind of hard to even get this thing to just slip from underneath you. Cool. I like it. Well, I want to build it to a top of a class. I want to try maybe build this thing to the top of B class, or maybe if we go over to the top of A class, but we're gonna need to change the engine on this thing. I just wanted to see what this engine was like, because there was just something a little bit weird about it, and we've never actually had a run with that. Like, I've never tried it. What are we looking at for power here? Well, not much has changed between that and that, but can we just adjust stuff on this? Yes, we can. But cams? No. What about upgrade turbo? No. Upgrade some pistons, maybe? Okay, we could probably do that. We're now pretty much there. We're just 10 kilos heavier, but we also have a lot more power. I like it. You know what I'm gonna do with it? I'm gonna do something I haven't done in a little while, and let's take it down to Golden Toge. I want to try see what it's like. Since this car has just been released, I wonder how many people have actually tried this thing for rallying and all that. I kind of want to try it. If you have a tune for this thing for rally racing, look how good it looks. So weird. What a quirky little car. But yeah, if you have one of these as a rally build, send it over on my Discord. Link to that is down below. Also, there's a competition going on my Discord right now. Go to the competition tab in my Discord, and you'll be able to see it there, and you can take part in it if you'd like. But yeah, just wanted to mention that since you're going over to the Discord. But yeah, if you have any tunes that you made for this thing, send stuff over. I want to try it. Very basic tune on this thing. Also, I just realized that because I've been trying to speedrun this game, I am playing only on like high graphics quality instead of just maxed out on pretty much maxed out graphics. So you're gonna see the trees just spawning in front of me. Don't worry, the map isn't like that. That's only if you have the game's quality down a little bit. So sorry about that. Won't really change too much. Okay. Kind of understanding a tiny bit. That is my driving though. I'm obviously trying to test this thing out to see how far I can go with it, basically, you know, just trying to see when does it slip and all that sort of stuff. So I love the responsiveness of the front end, man. It's so light. It's not like overly fast or anything either. It's just like nice controllable power, but it's just because it's so lightweight. It makes it really good to drive. I like it. I really like it. Oh, that was a little scratch there. I'm a little bit too sharp with my steering. I need to kind of slow it down a little bit. Try to be a little bit smoother. But I am on sim steering, and I have made my steering sharp just on purpose. Just because I like the way the cars drive like that, but I just have to be a little bit more careful with my actual driving. Because if I do it way too quickly and way too sharply, I'll... See what I mean? Like, just like that. To be honest, though, I did think it was actually going to slip a little bit, but it just didn't at all. It's just the way it leaned over into the corner like that. I thought it was going to slip a little bit, so I counter-steered prematurely. Oh, man. Alright, I need to make this slightly less, like, twitchy. Because by the looks of things, the front end is already really, really light anyway, so me making the suspension really twitchy like that is just a no-go for it. Okay. Should be slightly different now. Just slightly. Now I kind of have, like, a vague idea on how this thing drives, so... Okay. I went too fast at the start. The jumps, like... The jumps just didn't allow me to slow down at all. It's nice. You're supposed to turn in tighter and tighter every time. Just feel like I'm not going fast enough. Oh, here I'm definitely not going fast enough. Even accelerating out of corners is just nice and smooth. I think the gear issues that I've just set to this thing don't really do much. I just kind of just stop my gears from being overly stretched out like with the other engine, and this one just seems to heat it up really nicely. Oh, it's definitely smoother now as well with the cornering. It doesn't seem as twitchy. It still is sharp with the way it turns into corners and that, but it's not twitchy to a point where it's like kind of dangerous. I am making a few mistakes here though. Man, I'm not going fast enough. My driving is the issue here. It's not even the car itself, it's my driving. I'm not going fast enough through some of these corners. Where I'm turning in, the car just pulls in more and more. If that makes sense. It just pulls closer and closer to the wall, which means I'm just not going quick enough into corners. For it to stay on the specific line that I want it to stay at, like just kind of going through the corner nice and smoothly on the line that I need it to go. It just keeps pulling in more and more and more. I just have to be smoother with my steering, and I need to drive faster. When you're playing on a controller, for example, you're heavily assisted, right, with your steering. Like you tapping your left stick, you know, fully to the right or fully to the left won't lock the wheels. That's not how it works. If that was the case, first of all, you're going to need to be really, really strong to lock your wheels as you're driving really, really quickly like that. And second of all, the car is, like I said, heavily assisted, so it just gives you the most amount of steering, like the most amount of grip that it possibly can, just so your car doesn't understeer like crazy, right? Because if it was like fully realistic, then there are some games that are like that. I think Project Cars was like that, or Assetto Corsa, I'm pretty sure, is like that as well, where you are slightly assisted, but it's a lot less than like this game, for example. Like this game, you're heavily assisted on the steering. If you play on a wheel, like for example, and you want to turn into a corner, obviously you're going to turn into the corner just a tiny bit, you know? Like you're gonna rotate the steering wheel, but you're not gonna like go to full lock to turn into that corner, you know? Because then you'll just end up, first of all, ruining your hands or your arms, because that's really, really hard to do. Especially with like really good tires, unless your force feedback is like 0. And you're just gonna end up understeering. So on a controller, you're heavily assisted. So the reason why I'm saying is that I'm driving too slow is that the game kind of thinks that you're not technically at full lock before you start understeering. So when I'm turned in, it'll bring me around the corner the fastest way possible. And because it keeps pulling me closer and closer into the inside wall, it just means that I'm not going fast enough. That I could have gone faster, and I could have gripped up even more with this car by going through some of the corners. I'm gonna finish off this run at a 440, which is a bit slow. My driving was a bit dog as well. Plus the tune isn't really perfect on it. But the car is really nice to drive. It's really, really nice to drive. I think the grip level is there. It's very good. And I definitely do think that the engine in this thing, I don't know if it's the perfect one, but I think with a little bit more time and tuning on it, it could be a really, really good car. I don't know if it's going to be competitive though. I don't know if it's going to be competitive. I really want to try this thing maybe for rally racing and stuff like that, but it needs like a proper tune for it, I think. Or maybe even for drifting, but I think drifting a rear-wheel drive, or rear-engine car, sorry, it's just not it. It doesn't really like doing it too much. Even when I try to drift Porsches, it's just the way they're built. Like, you can have like a little bit of angle like this, but once you start giving it like the full beans and you try really, really massive angle, it just doesn't like it. You know? Or maybe for rally racing, maybe for a little bit of racing, even in a higher class, if I put the flat 6, the 4-liter flat 6 from Porsche in it, maybe that could be really nice. I don't know. But so far, first impressions with this little VW SP2 is I like it. It's really, really quirky. It's a car obviously that I've never like seen or driven before, and obviously it's really interesting to me. But yeah, I like it. I think it's a cool car. The way you get it, by the way, is you get your 20 points this week. That's pretty much it. This is the special. You just get your 20 points to the festival playlist and you're pretty much done. You got it. But yeah, anyway, that's pretty much it for me. Thank you for watching, everyone. I hope you enjoyed today's quick little video on this little car. Yeah, I feel like some people are going to try and teach me about this car down in the comments below. I feel like that always happens, especially when I'm unaware or unfamiliar with a car, which is cool. Teach me stuff about it. But yeah, like I said, that's pretty much it. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Goodbye, everyone.